Welcome to the Financial Freedom Podcast with your host, Lorna Poole, sharing the secrets to creating wealth, investing, and that all-important money mindset. To find out more and accelerate your journey to financial freedom, head on over to www.lornapoole.com to get started. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Financial Freedom Podcast. Would you love to know how to grow a freedom-based coaching business that makes you 4 to 5 figures a month? Well, my guest expert, Kalila Bodden MD, is a lifestyle and business success coach, helping ambitious, introverted, millennial women grow their online coaching business, making 4 to 5 figures a month, creating their dream life of freedom, wellness, and travel is what Kalila is all about. In her spare time, you'll find Kalila in spin class or walking her chocolate Labrador, he sounds gorgeous, on the beautiful 7 Mile beach in Grand Cayman where she lives. Kalila, great to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me, Lorna. I'm excited to be here.
You know, 4 to 5 figure business, so many people are looking to be able to do this consistently. What's the secret? Or how did you get there? Let's start here. How did you get there?
Yeah, that is a very interesting question. I actually, as you know, my background is in medicine. And I moved out of clinical medicine and I worked non-clinically as a medical director for a public health insurer. And the reason for that was I wasn't totally passionate about medicine. And one of the things that I believe from very young is you really need to love what you're doing, because you're going to be doing it until you're retiring at 65, that they'll be pushing that age up to 70, no matter where you are in the world, everyone's living longer. So if you hate what you're doing and you're only living for the weekends, that's really only a quarter of a life that you're actually living. And
I'm kind of going off subject here, but I know at the end of the day, and I think a lot for 90% of people, and perhaps they don't realize, freedom is what we really seek.
Absolutely, Lorna. Absolutely. And everyone has a different idea as to what freedom is. For me, I want to be able to spend the time with my loved ones. You can't really do that when you're doing 30-hour call shifts. I want to be able to exercise. I want to be able to travel. Those were my 3 top things. But for some of my clients, freedom for them means spending more time in the barn with their horse that they can't do right now when they're working in a 9 to 5, or let's be real, 8 to 6, with commute time. So it really is very individual what freedom means. But essentially, the best definition I've heard of freedom is really doing what you want, when you want, with who you want.
Yeah, that's the definition I have. Absolutely, to the core. Yeah. It's the freedom to be ourselves and live the way we want to live, and not by obligation or other people's plan for us. Yeah, absolutely. So loving what you do, you feel is a big part of it, right?
Absolutely. I mean, when you see people even people in the corporate world, in the clinical world, when they love what they do, they are just shining and they just attract it's this goodness, all this great stuff around them. And when you're trying to emulate that, but it is not your passion, it's something that wears on your soul after a while. And eventually you have this inner voice saying, you are meant for more than this. You're meant for something different. You're meant to share your gift in a different way that resonates and that feels authentic to you. And that's all about what I help my clients do who want to start a coaching business, is to really coach their passion, because that is what they have a calling to do. But
a lot of people struggle with finding that or taking the jump to follow it.
Absolutely. I actually just got an email yesterday from someone on my email list, and they said that they love everything. They love hearing everything that I'm saying, but they are not sure that they can do it themselves. Taking that leap feels so scary because you're all alone. And I thought, that is probably something that a lot of people feel, because I know I absolutely felt that when I was starting on this new path, because it's a little bit of a uncharted territory. It's a non-traditional journey that you're on. And my answer to that is absolutely, it can be scary, but you do not have to be alone in that. Getting the right support, surrounding yourself with the right people who are also on the same journey as you will never be alone with this.
Yeah, I love the way you shared about the support and the right people. I just want to make a comment there as well, that it's far more painful to stay where you are than it is to jump.
Yes, 100%, Lorna. It's so draining and
costly.
And costly, absolutely costly financially, because if you're doing something that you love and you take action on it and you have the right mindset, the money always follows. So if you're in this job and you're barely making ends meet, or you're not where you want to be, it is costing you financially. It's also costing you health-wise, like stress. Yeah. Stress is a huge factor in all of the health problems that everyone has.
But have you ever met anybody, like, this is my story, have you ever met anybody and they've really turned their life around, and you ask them, how did they get there? A divorce or something really tough, or, you know, they hit a bad spot and it catapults them into doing something about it. For me, I hit rock bottom and I changed my life, and I have not looked back since. Now, I'm not saying everybody has to go there to change their life, but it's amazing how when we're not on the path, it'll show up, or it'll give us a kind of a warning to get there.
Yes. I mean, that is amazing, Lorna, that you did that. You shifted your life and you're pursuing this like amazing path. And I know for a lot of people, it takes a catalyst like that, something so severe. They're like, I cannot continue and I must turn around. And that is amazing, because it propels you, it gives you that drive to get through the tough times and stepping outside your comfort zone and taking the big action that is required for success. And I speak from the heart on this because it's something that I went through as well. Like, I resigned from my medical career literally one day after being on call. I just went home exhausted after 30 hours and just wrote a resignation letter. And I had no idea what I wanted to do, had no clue, never was even introduced to online coaching. I just knew up at that point, like, I had enough was enough and I needed to find something different. And sometimes it just takes like a huge event to happen. And for other people, I know a lot of my clients, they sort of toe the line a bit. They're like, it sounds great, but I'm not sure I'm ready to take that plunge. And what I would say is, you don't have to, quit your job, book a ticket and go, traveling exotically around the world. Like, you could absolutely stay in your job and launch your online coaching business without it taking up all of your free time, without it being even more exhausting than what you already probably feel coming home from an unfulfilling job. That's the sort of the beauty of a coaching business, is that it can work around you, and it can work around the lifestyle that you're looking to create.
And for somebody who's listening to this, they need to follow their passion. They need to do what they love. They know what it is. They know they need to get started. What kind of strategy should they be? Like, how do you get, your consistent 4 to 5 figure months? Like, what kind of needs to be in place to do that?
The first thing, so like when I first started off, I spent months spinning my wheels in my coaching business. I was blogging, I was doing Facebook ads.
I can relate to all of that.
Yes, I was posting in Facebook groups. I was trying to figure out this Instagram thing. Like, it was, you're just pulled in so many different directions. And I was not getting any traction at all. Even though everything that I Googled, like every single freebie under the sun, I was downloading. It was too much, and it wasn't specific for where I was at. And one of the things that I needed that like customized support in was getting my confidence up. Confidence is something that I work a lot with my clients, because it's really interesting for people who move from like a traditional corporate job into coaching. Probably for most of your life, your resume has sort of spoken for you. So you never really had to sell. You never really had to, sell yourself to an employer. You never really had to promote yourself on your own. You might have had a LinkedIn profile and that was it. When you get into the coaching business, it's a lot about getting out there, getting visible, and getting in front of the right people so that you can start generating momentum, start making connections. And what I help my clients do is to create high-end coaching packages so that you're not charging $50 a coaching session. You're creating this package with an all-in-one solution for the niche that you're in. But you can't do that if you're all over the board. Like, it has to be a very focused strategy. And also has to be very customized for what your personality is and what the business is that you're looking to build.
Yeah, I love that, because when you were sharing there about, I'm in Facebook groups and I'm doing Instagram, and there's so much the next new thing, and blogging. I mean, I made that mistake completely, where you're just doing a bit of everything and not anything well, and totally relate to the focused energy and the confidence, because even when I shifted from, doing a 9 to 5 to into coaching, one of the things I struggle with, and I'm sure you're really going to relate to this, or had clients that, is valuing yourself. Because as you say, when you're in a job, you just do the job. But when it's you selling it, it's valuing your products and valuing your message, and, all that stuff. I found that women really struggled with that.
For sure, Lorna. Like, I would have to say I agree with that, like 1,000%. For me personally, I struggle with it. For people that I work with, it's really similar. And the funny thing is, we tend to be like high achieving women. Like, we've done so much in our life, but yet when it comes to being able to say that this is what my services are worth because this is everything that you're getting, we lowball, we feel really uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. We don't want to step up and own that worthiness and own that amazing gift that we do have, that we do share. And it is something that it really holds you back from growing your business. But I'd even say even bigger than that, it holds you back in life as well. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times we don't even realize that.
Yeah, yeah. And I find a lot of people that are going into business for the first time, self-worth can be a biggie, and confidence. And you know your material and that, but perhaps you don't know how to sell, or you don't know how to build your email list, or and I love as well, because it's funny, like, I'm asking you, okay, how do we grow this freedom-based business? It always comes back to mindset. Like, when I'm asking you these questions, like, what's the strategy, blah, 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 it always comes back to how you see yourself, your confidence. It always comes back to the mindset stuff. The strategy is the easy part.
Yes, my goodness, yes. The strategy. There are 1,001 ways to grow your business. Now, there are going to be ways that feel better for you, that feel worse for you. And I guarantee you can Google every single way. The mindset is what you cannot Google, and it's the mindset that is 80% of your success in the business world. And I'm going to say in any entrepreneur world, and even in a regular job, a corporate job, if you want to get that promotion, you want to be doing interviews for this position that you think is way out of your league, but that you're like, this is for me. I feel so fired up about it. It is all about mindset.
Yeah. Yeah, totally agree. And, I love the way as well you shared. I think this was a biggie for me as well. Again, you get all this advice about how to grow your business, but it's growing a business around who you are. Like, blogging might suit some person, but be awful to you, or videoing might be great to another person, but not so comfortable with you. And it's finding that that kind of focused area that you can put 100% in, and doing that well will get you there quicker than doing 5 things badly.
Yes, no, absolutely.
Or maybe you're a one-on-one coach, maybe you're a group coach. It's, we can go into leveraging and all that, but it's knowing your personality and what kind of business suits who you are, I think helps as well get you there quicker.
Definitely. And I can speak on that in 2 ways. I was hosting a free masterclass a little while ago, and one of the commentators, she was a new coach, and she said she had paid for an online course to do Facebook live streams. It's the way, of course, you hear it's the best way to grow your business. And if you're not doing it, you're losing out. And she said that she really dislikes it. She almost like to the point that she hates Facebook live streams. It's really uncomfortable. Do I have any suggestions as to how she can improve her Facebook live streams? And my first suggestion to her was to stop doing Facebook live streams. If you hate something, that means that you're not showing your best self coming forward. It becomes another task. It becomes dreary. It doesn't light you up inside. There are like 50 other ways to be visible in front of your target audience that you will find a way that feels amazing. It's just finding out what is it that lights you up and how you connect with your ideal client, because that is what builds those authentic relationships. And it's hard to be authentic in your business if you're doing stuff that does not resonate with you. I
love that. I love that you mentioned, I've actually forgotten about this, authentic is huge. The more authentic you are, you attract the right people that resonate with you back into your life, the clients that are best suited to you.
Yes. And it's one of the questions I get a lot is, how do I stand out as a new coach in a sea of coaches? Like, it's a saturated market. There are so many other coaches doing what I'm doing. Like, how do I get that from health coaches, from wellness coaches, from finance coaches? And my answer to that is, this is where the authenticity comes in. This is where you sharing your authentic self, being strategically vulnerable with your audience. People are going to resonate on a much deeper level with you than if you're throwing out generic beige content that they can get anywhere on the internet. Like, this is where getting that unique selling point, getting your branding on point, and getting super clear on your target audience is so important before you even start to sell, because this is where you are going to create a niche and a sub niche in that market.
And I like the way you say that, niche and sub niche, to really niche your market. Kayla, we've had an amazing conversation here. For anyone listening to this, they're inspired about, I really want to have this freedom-based coaching business that is making me money. What's that kind of one thing you want to leave the listeners with?
Yeah, I would love to share with your listeners that they can catch the replay to my free mini course that I aired last week. And that mini course is called Launch Your Coaching Business from Scratch for Side Hustlers and Full-Timers. So in this mini course, I cover in detail how to take your coaching business from idea to signing on clients. This is a fast track mini course to get you launching your coaching business, landing clients, and creating your freedom lifestyle this summer. So if they want to check that out, if that feels good for them, they can probably check out the link in the podcast episode.
Yeah, we'll have it on the show notes for you. And how can somebody get in contact with you?
Absolutely. So they're welcome to shoot me an email directly. I answer all of my emails personally at kb@kalilabodden.com. And then they can head over to my Facebook group and join it, called the Freedom Lifestyle Coach, which is a cozy community dedicated to the coach who's looking to build her online business without pressure, make her 4- and 5-figure months, and create her freedom lifestyle.
Thank you, Kayla. This has been amazing. Thank you for being here. Really enjoyed this.
Thank you so much for having me, Lorna. It was so great.
Hey, everyone. Remember to join us in the Private Financial Freedom Podcast Facebook group with me, your host, Lorna Poole. This is a safe haven of like-minded, wealth-getting go-getters who, like you, are on their journey to creating financial freedom in their life. This is where you and I can get intimate. I can give you the support and guidance to go from where you are now to where you want to be, developing your wealth mindset and creating your financial freedom life. Join at www.facebook.com/groups The Financial Freedom Podcast. You will see the links to this on the website. It's in the show notes, or type it into the Facebook group. All you have to type in is Financial Freedom Podcast and you will see us there. Look forward to seeing you in the group. Take care. Thank you for joining us on the Financial Freedom Podcast to creating wealth, investing, and developing your money mindset. To get started today on your journey, head on over to www.lornapoole.com and grab your free course, 5 Steps to Breaking Free from Your Poverty Mindset and Accelerating Your Journey to Financial Freedom. See you there.